G'day, welcome back on in. It is ESL Challenger League Season 47, and now time for Asia. We turn our attention a little further northward after having watched a little bit of Oceania earlier on today, Mac, and has to be said that the Oceania match wasn't a big surprise the way that it went. It was Jeeves that got the 2-0 over Rooster.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there was any surprise there, and it was more of a whitewash than we could have expected. But here in Asia, who knows what you're going to get when you're going through this 16-team pool of talent, some of which may today be from Mongolia and some of which may be from Russia. It's just going to be a whole way, and who knows where it's going to end up.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the split is looking like in terms of regional representation in this season of ESL Challenger League, but I mean, obviously there'd be a large majority coming from Mongolia and a large majority coming from Eastern Russia, and then, you know, maybe one or two sort of teams coming through from China. Obviously Tyloo, Linvision, New Happy, but beyond that there's not really too much to talk about. So yes, I mean, there's probably any day that you come on to ESL Challenger League Asia, you're probably not going to be wrong in at least that statement that those are going to be the regions that we're going to be watching. But as you can see there, in terms of the upcoming match, it is GR Gaming up against Clutch Gaming. Both teams, you know, they've been progressing relatively okay so far in this season of ESL Challenger League. So, you know, in theory, this could be a pretty close match. I think both teams are, you know, not towards the top end of Asia CS, but definitely up there in terms of being sort of on the rise, if that's a way to put it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, in particular, GR Gaming, if we take a look at the standings here, you're going to see they've been doing a pretty good job so far in this season of ESL Challenger League.
Yeah, you say they're not up there, but they've been doing really well in terms of the standings. They're right towards the top side. And then as you go a little bit further down, look, we're still on that left side with the Clutch Gaming as well. Notable teams that aren't quite up there or haven't even gotten the chance to play properly yet. You're looking at Tyloo only being able to play that sort of one game, or like two best of ones, which is generally one game. And then even further down, you've got Rare Adam, who hasn't had a chance to play a game yet, and they're an interesting bunch, and who knows where they're going to end up. But Linvision up top undefeated, and the Mongols also undefeated, but only playing the two games, the two best of one, best of two series, whatever you want to call it so far.
Mongols have a game tonight, I believe. They're playing one, I think, against Born in Far East, which I would imagine is probably going to be a matchup that the Mongols will win. Look, any game that the Mongols plays in ESL Challenger League, I'd probably be backing them to get the dub, even if it's against Linvision, Atox, Tyloo, those kinds of names. God knows what's happening with Tyloo at the moment as well. I mean, I saw Advent was out, now I saw Advent was in, and so I don't really know what...
Wait, is Advent back in?
Well,
who let him back in? Huh?
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you, but either way, yeah, look, I think, again, when you're taking these standings into account, you do have to sort of just be aware that some teams have played a lot of games, some teams have barely played any, if any, games, so it's kind of hard to get a really accurate representation of where things are sitting. But look, when I'm talking about these two teams and I'm saying, you know, they're not towards the top end of Asia, yeah. GR have done well in the ESL Challenger League so far, but in terms of where they sit in the grand scheme of the Asia ecosystem, they're definitely not up there with the likes of Mongols, Linvision, etc. But I would quite squarely put them in towards this sort of rising middle of the pack that we've got going on at the moment, which is really great to see, because obviously when it comes to Asia, you know, there was always one or two teams sort of kicking around that were like interesting to keep an eye on, but there wasn't that much actually beyond the top two or three that were, you know, teams of note. And now it kind of starts to feel like, you know, we've kind of got some teams that can really cause some problems. I mean, we saw what Atox could do at the Asia RMR. They're definitely going to be one of those teams. And GR Gaming, I know, is a roster that's been around for quite a while, has been a core roster for quite a while, and they are putting in the work, and they are slowly but surely getting rewarded for it. I think I've been seeing their name kind of pop around for maybe like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that, and it feels like now is when they're really starting to get the benefit of all of that hard work that they've been putting in.
Yeah, they've even been taking... I'm looking at their recent matches for the last couple of months. They've been taking maps off of New Happy, Atox, taking series off Atox, beating God's Reign and the like in that one code Frontier tourney. And they couldn't really go toe-to-toe with Greyhound in that one. So that's maybe one of the first times they've really been tested. But so far in Challenger, they've smacked every single team they've gone up against. LYG, Cube, BIFE, and Dewa United they've just, not had a team get double digits against them. So we'll see if Clutch is going to be the first to do it today.
Yeah, indeed. Let's have a look at the matchup and see how things are shaping up in this one. Now, again, if you're someone that's been keeping an eye on Asia CS, you probably would know the names on GR Gaming. I think we've seen them around a little bit. Wecht, Reminder, Mediocrity, QQ God in particular, and then Salamux coming through as well. Whereas, in my opinion at least, the names on Clutch are a little bit more unknowns, I would say. Obviously, the outside shot being Hasteker, who's quite a well-respected member within the Mongolian community. But aside from that, this feels like it's a bit more of a development roster coming through from Mongolia, which again is good to see. We like to kind of keep an eye on players that are kind of coming through, because in 2 years, who's to say one or two of these guys aren't going to be towards the top end of not just Mongolian CS, but potentially Asian CS as well, because that seems to be where that's kind of heading. If you're at the top of Mongolia, you're at the top of Asia. So I think it's kind of cool to kind of just sort of keep an eye on these guys. I've watched one of the Clutch Gaming matches. They did okay. It wasn't anything particularly special, I didn't think. So I'm interested to see how they go up against GR Gaming. But from my perspective, I think I'd probably be putting GR as the favorites coming into this one.
Yeah, I definitely feel like GR are the favorites as well, but I don't think that I picked that. I just tried to be the cool guy that did what you didn't do when we get to those predictions. But after looking at the results, I definitely regret that. But who knows? Maybe we've got an underdog pick coming through. I believe in Hasteker. Hasteker's a solid individual. Yeah,
I don't disagree. I think he's not too bad. And in fact, Mac, you get the benefit of the doubt there, because it looks like you've gone for GR Gaming. So congratulations.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, look, I think it's not impossible, obviously, for Clutch to win this matchup. But at the end of the day, I would, like I said, I probably would lean towards GR. I think they're just a little bit more experienced. I think they're a little bit more solid. The individuals on that roster are pretty good. And actually, what I've been seeing from some of these Eastern European teams, Eastern Russian teams, I should say, really, is that they actually kind of know their way around a couple of these maps. In particular, I wouldn't be surprised to see Anubis. A lot of these Eastern Russian teams really do love to play a little bit of Anubis, and I think they've got good individual. I think they've got some talent on that roster, so we'll see what they're going to be able to pull together today. It's not exactly the most difficult of matchups, and they've definitely been kind of rampaging through a bunch of teams, so we'd have to imagine that they should be able to take out Clutch. But let's have a look and see what map we're going to be going to, and whether or not I'm going to be correct in my guess that it will be Anubis. No, not even close. It's going to be Mirage. Well, I mean, is that not even close? That's not that far away.
Last three as a chance, man. It's not too bad at all. I just want to quickly point out that I was like, I've heard QQ God before. What's going on here? There is two QQ gods.
Yeah.
No, he's a Russian QQ God. He's an imposter.
Yes.
But we'll see how he comes through. Anyway, that being said, I'm keen to see a little bit more Mirage and see what these two teams have for us here. We didn't get to see too much in that earlier matchup between Greyhound and Rooster, and you never know what you're going to get from Mirage in the Asian region. It can be exciting. It can be crazy. It can be some kind of new meta sometimes. Maybe some utility you haven't seen before, or maybe we're just not going to see any utility. That's the lovely part about this region.
I think what you'll also find as well, especially when you're looking at these online games that are like Eastern European teams, Eastern Russian teams, and like Mongolian teams, that's not normally too bad. But when you start to sort of involve some of the other teams and regions as well, the playstyle itself just shifts because of the ping difference between the regions, and you can't necessarily do what you would normally want to do if you're playing, for example, from Eastern Russia all the way down to, I don't know, let's say Daewoo United probably has a couple of players from like Indonesia or the Philippines or whatever it is. Like you're not really going to be able to find a middle ground there that's going to be great for anyone. But anyway, look, it's something that I think, Mac, you'll probably get to see as we jump into this game in a second. But we do want to touch on one of the important players for tonight, and that'll be coming through from GR Gaming. We're here to talk about Mediocrity, who's been with this team for a little while now, and he's definitely been someone that has had some pretty solid performances. I think this is a guy that doesn't necessarily live up to his name. Last time I did get to watch a GR Gaming match, he was one of the ones to kind of keep an eye on. So we'll see what he's going to be able to do tonight. No guarantees necessarily that he's going to be someone that absolutely pops off, but I'll keep my eye on him.
Yeah, he's been relatively solid as of late for the team. I'm keen to see what he can, do online with a bit of different ping. Last time we got to see him play was up against Greyhound, but that was on relatively high ping, from Russia or East Russia to Mongolia. I dare say there's going to be some kind of like middle ground server there that they should be playing on. So they should be playing on better ping than if they had to play, the likes of China or any other teams down towards like Southeast Asia. So they should be able to get to play their best game.
Yeah. I actually think as far as these two teams are concerned, this is probably about as good as it's going to get ping-wise because they're actually quite close, in proximity. But anyway, that's a discussion for a little bit later on. We're going to take a short break here. We've got GR Gaming and Clutch ready to go in just a moment, and we'll be heading into Mirage just after this. All right, welcome back. It's ESL Challenger League Season 47. Asia, thank you for your patience. We are getting into GR Gaming and Clutch in a moment.
I'm short
You're short?
of a few brain cells.
I can believe it. Tell you what, it's getting a little bit late here in the old Australia, but we've got some Counter-Strike to watch. So, GR Gaming, Clutch, what do you think?
I don't think. I just live it.
I see.
That's what we're doing.
Definitely not. Look at my eye bags, man. Look at this. Does that
I'm
look
struggling
like
to keep mine open. This is good. Surely soon. But we got quality Counter-Strike. We got a knife round underway. Someone, I don't know, cut someone else's internet or something, and they had to get a new internet service. That's something that happens in Asia one time. But because it happened that one time, I assume it happens all the time. And we got Mirage. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. But I'm keen to see some Asian Counter-Strike. We love a bit of counter around these parts. And I'm not counting any chickens before they hatch. I just want to see who wins. Jordan, who's winning?
I think it's going to be GR Gaming, personally, but we'll see. What I'm hoping for is that we don't have too many tech pauses, because we do know that the old Asia matches tend to have a couple more tech pauses than the Aussie games. Yeah. It seems we're starting strong.
Yeah. I haven't had this for a while. It was actually funny at the Asia RMR. I was definitely expecting there to be things going wrong, and it was just smooth sailing.
Well, that's what I was saying about when I went to Extremesland, and that made me really confident that the Asia RMR was going to go well, because I knew it was going to be same venue, and obviously in turn presumably the same people, at least on the ground, that were like operating things. Like I know, you know, you guys were doing the broadcast remotely, but that shouldn't necessarily impact how the games play out, at least. And I knew that boots on the ground seemed to at least know what was going on. And so, yeah, I mean, 2 from 2, at least as far as that venue's concerned. I think they also did CAC there last year. And I believe that went okay as well. So pretty good signs for Counter-Strike in China. Pretty bad signs for Counter-Strike in Mongolia, because it seems we've lost one of the Clutch Gaming members.
Uh-oh. Well, at least they're all in Ulaanbaatar, and they're probably all 5 minutes from one another, so surely just go pull up a seat next to Hastacut.
I don't know if that's how Ulaanbaatar works, man. Remember, it took ages to get anywhere.
Nah, it's, midnight, so, you know, easy.
It's midnight here. It'll be 9 p.m. there.
Uber from one side of the city to the other. It'll be quick. Or just, you know, there was heaps of wild dogs that were like big, scary looking dogs, and they looked like they could have been athletic. So you could just jump on the back of one of those. You know, there's enough time here with the tech pause to tame one, ask it nicely. Hey, man, can I put a saddle on your back? No? All right. We're going all natural, huh? Jump on the back, boom.
Whoa.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother cluckers. You know how it is.
That's exactly how I feel right now. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about, so you're doing a good job.
Oh dear. We seem to be losing
more
cities.
Players.
Well, I think we might have some issues here, so I think we'll go to a break and see if we can figure those out, and then we'll be back when the game is ready. Okay, here we go. We're into the pistol round. It is Clutch Gaming and GR Gaming, and right now it seems to be all the way of Clutch Gaming on the pistol at least. GR Gaming going to try to fight their way back in with the last couple of members, but hey, I think the one thing we can be happy about is that at least the game has started.
Oh, reminder. Just sat there hoping for a little pre-fire. And it never quite worked out for him. Big round coming out of Clutch Gaming. And that is going to be them taking the CT pistol with nothing too crazy. Just a solid B hold and then a solid follow-up. You'll take those every day of the week. GR not going to be able to get the money from a bomb plant because they weren't allowed to get anywhere near any bloody sites. Now, into the second round. Even without the bomb plant, we are going to see GR going for a full Deagle armor buy. Let's see if this one works out. Instant window smoke going to be coming through from that right side spawn. The spawn's now, of course, shifted up on Mirage from the T's, so there is no real great spawns to go for early picks towards mid, towards A main, towards bloody anywhere, because all the spawns for the T's at least got a little bit nerfed. And this round is looking like GR will be regretting going for that buy, as only Hastica has fallen, and that is a pretty solid couple of kills. Two of them, or three of them rather, all went onto the rifles. So GR at least, you know, min-maxing the amount of money against Clutch Gaming there, but Clutch Gaming going into the third are going to be right as rain to go for the full investment. Look at that, Imagine straight onto the big green.
Yeah, straight onto the AWP is an interesting one, but obviously GR don't have too much to play with in this, so just going to be looking for maybe a couple of kills with the Deagles. Salomux and QQ God run away with those, and so far so good from Clutch Gaming. They're actually looking incredibly confident in this game so far, just the way that they're taking a lot of these fights. I mean, look at Hastica. Oh, it just keeps going with the USP in hand. And that is 3-0 for Clutch, so very good start indeed. But obviously we have to wait and see what we're going to get from the gun rounds before we can really draw too many conclusions.
Okay, into round number 4. BQT2. Okay, Hastica. Trying to get that little spray transfer. Can't quite make it work, but there will be the follow-up there with the PSP. Oh, and Salo not going to be able to get work done there with the AK. Clutch Gaming taking full advantage of that mid control and locking it down as well with the bomb right next to him, tucked away towards top mid boxes. GR Gaming just going to try to reposition and come from a different approach.
Tough one for Mediocrity and QQ God, though. First of all, they're going to have to try to group up. But it's looking like a pretty solid setup for Clutch. The only thing is going to be whether or not Clouden, with that AWP, is watching the correct direction. And he is. He's going to spot out Mediocrity in mid. Don't know if he saw QQ God in the window, but will now. And that'll be that, 4-0. So maybe should have had a bit more faith in Clutch, to be honest. It's looking really solid at the moment.
Pretty rough distance to go for that spray for as well. But look, you got to do what you got to do. GR Gaming doing just that, you know, 4-round loss bonus. Extra money every bloody time here, and they are just going for half buy, making sure they can get some AKs for the next. Mediocrity actually going for an AK this round, just looking to be the hero. We'll see if it works out for him. It's a bold move, but one that can certainly work out. And Clutch Gaming only have 2 members here, as opposed to GR's 5 towards the A site.
GR is going to try something cheeky out of the balcony, and that hasn't worked out at all. Flame, he got a little bit lost in all the flashes there, but by and large, it's been a reasonable hold so far from Clutch. QQ without AK in hand might cause some problems. Not so same for Sallow. Well, that's a nice spray down though. But it won't result in the round. It will, however, cost a fair bit of cash for the reinvestment for the CT side, but even still a 5-0 lead for Clutch Gaming. There's no stopping this hype train.
And that's the problem as well. Even though they managed to keep one alive there for Clutch Gaming, you're still looking at the money. There is plenty left for another buy if things go wrong here, and that's because Clutch Gaming were keeping it solid up against the first couple of buyers, couple of half buyers from GR Gaming. And GR Gaming are failing to use any utility to try and take this mid control. They are just throwing a molly, a couple of flashes, and looking to fight with guns. But so far, getting these kills has not been going well for them, and neither has getting these rounds. This round, however, might be the difference maker.
It's been a bit back and forth, hasn't it? Imagine's been looking good with that AWP in hand. He's going to go for a big old push over through T-Apps. In the meanwhile, you have Clouden watching the A site, which is where the bomb is going to be headed. This could actually end up being a little bit awkward for GR Gaming. It really kind of depends on what Clouden is up to and what he's watching. Been spotted. Now has, and that's again a good shot from Mediocrity, though the fast flank from Imagine could really cause problems if these GR members don't get off the bomb site quickly. The smoke, though, will obscure enough of the vision that, at the very least, gets isolated into a 1v1, and Mediocrity has the advantage now.
I like how he's playing this one. Tucked away. Bomb not quite planted for his position. That comes through a little late, and Mediocrity has plenty of time to line that one up. And that'll be the straw that broke the egg or camel's back. GR, they get on the board.
They do, but they don't break the economy, so they break the win streak, but still have a little bit more work to do here. AWP and 4 M4s. Clutch still have enough to play with. Plus they've got money for util, so it's actually quite a good buy.
Again. Going for a slow window smoke. That one gets blown straight away. Imagine farming up with the AWP in hand here, having a field day so far on Mirage, and with the man advantage, you see Clutch Gaming happy just to fall off of mid. Aussie up. Mollied into the ladder, but no one able to punt into this position. Contact starting to come through, but he's pulled the knife out, and that smoke gave him false hope of a fall away back to B. But I'm looking at B right now. Reminders all the way up towards short, all the way towards sight, and is going to stop that cross into sight from Imagine, but no more found. Cloud in here as well, and the bomb still yet to be retrieved, but there's a minute to do so in the 3v3.
Such a weird round, though, isn't it? With the bomb just sitting up there. Everyone on 8. Could definitely go wrong. I mean, if Clouden would push onto short, for example, at that point, but looks to be in check at the moment for GR. Flames made a lot of noise in CT spawn there that will have been heard by GR, and Mediocrity. You'd back every day of the week to get this kill. Looking for it. Gets it. But the bomb still has to get to the site, which has been confirmed now. Hastica unable to land the shot with the AWP, but still getting a bit of assistance from his teammate. And there's already back to a 2-on-2. Hastica's just trying to survive at this point. Maybe could dump a bit of that util down to help on out, but decides to walk out onto the site instead. Human decoy grenade in that case, and it hasn't quite worked out. Clouden in the 1v2, just being played with, toyed with really by GR Gaming. It's a good shot. And 1 HP. He needs the headshot for this final kill, which he cannot get. And that is 2 on the trot for GR.
You'll take him for sure. Take him while you get him. And the economy is almost broken there. Clutch Gaming Bit of a mixed bag buy coming through. CZ in hand for Flame. MP9 for Aziar. And so far, a lot of the heavy lifting has been done by Hastica, and Imagine with Clouden chiming in when he can over towards that B site. Nice nade, Salo. Only able to find one there with the Mac 10. Trade comes through from Imagine. Oh, WeQT2 not going to be able to stop that cross to safety from the Clutch Gaming members at mid. And oh, the aggression. Aziar, if he keeps pushing forward, could have found that bomb. But QQ God gets there, gets his mitts on the package just in time.
Reminder. Oh, he's going to go for the knife. No, he's not. What is going on?
Oh, no. And old mate's coming up short. The timing. Oh, this is ridiculous, bro.
He'll see him in a second. There he is.
Oh, hang on. What's... Oh, wait.
No way. I guess the trigger discipline paid off.
It did, in a way. Now watch Imagine somehow win the 1v2. Bomb's not planted yet. There it is. Reminder gets it done. Big three-piece feed for him to get a third on the board. And there is Elfish Guy May's Asian Counter-Strike round of the day.
That is true. That was definitely something. Not really too sure what to say about it. But I guess, you know, everything worked out the way that it should have. Good trigger discipline. It gets rewarded. Was a little bit up and down for a moment, but happy with the result. Don't question the method, question the result. That's what I always say. So far, GR Gaming are starting to come back into their own. IZR 1 for 1. Not really quite enough to get too excited about on this CT side so far. GR once again are straight into mid and happy with that.
Oh, getting a little hairy with that one. Mediocrity able to stop the aggression into Pal. Hastica trying to lock down some kind of A main control. The bomb still figuring out where it wants to go at mid. Yes, there is 2 members from GR out on A already, but it is not clean. It's not clear by any sense of the word. Hastica has been farming so far. Ooh, didn't take the time to line that one up, but the 2 Ts for the whole minute are just going to hang around, go shoulder to shoulder, and try to trade this one out if needed, but it's not. Salazera. Or Salo.
Salamux.
Salamux.
Yep.
His name's Salazera in the kill feed.
Yeah.
You got me good. But that is going to be 4 in a row now for GR, so they are turning on the heaters.
Yeah, 5 to 4. Clutch got off to a banger of a start, but have really let things slip a little bit. I was a bit surprised by what we saw. We thought GI had a little more to offer, and that's a fantastic start. They're just going to be able to run their way out onto the A bomb side if they wanted to, which apparently they didn't. It was a little bit more of a 2-2-1 setup, and while they've got the A site, they're starting to lose it. That bomb is going to be dropped as well. What? Ridiculous round.
They keep leaving it. Sometimes it's fair enough, but sometimes when you're trying to go for the aggressive rotation with the bomb through mid, this happens, and you lose the round. So maybe that's something to go and have a quick look at when you watch the demo back. But going into the 11th, Clutch Gaming starting to stabilize that economy. IZR are going to be able to drop the M4A4 for Clouden, and he can get that full util. So Clutch Gaming have pretty much everything they need and more. And GR Gaming, the same cannot be said. Economy all over the place, utility very thin, but enough to try to fashion around.
That's a nice shot. Pretty straightforward one for Imagine, but you got to hit those. I'd say he's been the highlight point so far for Clutch Gaming, which is probably what you'd want. Orpa on the CT side having an impact. Not this time. Does get taken down by Reminder. So that job is shouldered by IZR, but Still got QQ got in there trading things down as well. It's been a very back and forth kind of a roller coaster matchup, hasn't it? Still quite hard to say who's the better team right now. But I tell you what, QQ God is putting in work. But he's lost the bomb. Now it's on to Flame. 1-on-2 to hold on to this B bomb site for another 50 seconds. That's just...
Good start. Has he got a read? I don't think he does at all. I don't think he knows he's got the bomb and apps.
I don't think he's got any idea where mediocrity is coming from. Oh, well, now he does. Oh, and he's going to win it. I just don't know what to say about that round.
Timing. That's it.
Tyloo.
Looking the right way at the right time. And that will just about be that. This is messy, Jordan. This is not clean. Compared to what we saw from like Hounds and Rooster earlier, we're barely getting any util. I don't think we've seen an exit. It's just been guns blazing. Hi-ho silver away gameplay.
Yep. Well, here's the question as to whether or not Clutch can secure their 8th. It's looking pretty good for it. Money's pretty bad for GR Gaming and Salo. The only one to strike so far, but he'll instantly be brought down, and that is it. 8-4 every game so far tonight in the first half. So 8-4 is the scoreline, and Clutch will be very happy with that. They had quite a solid first half. GR Gaming got it together for a couple of decent rounds, but not a huge amount to write home about, and they have a big uphill battle if they want to win here on Mirage.
But look, running uphill is the best way to burn fat. Do that cardio grind, get healthy, right? So, two birds with one stone if they make it happen. GR Gaming, there is Julie's here, and there was a lot of bullets going a lot of ways. But unfortunately, not many of them went into Clutch Gaming, and Clutch Gaming have that B site. So we'll see if GR Gaming's
They've got the bomb on A
here are going to be enough. Yep, okay, they've gone for the puggiest of pug strats, and they've got that bomb plant. And the CTs don't know that it's A yet. There's a lot going on. And very shortly, they'll realize, okay, why is he fighting so hard for short? Zeus Gaming on a pistol round. It exists. It's happened.
Yeah, I don't know. GR Gaming, no doubt, quite confused as well. But that'll be the pistol for Clutch, which is obviously horrible news for GR Gaming because they were the team that really needed it going into this second half.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be too much on the second half. Oh. Lovely effort from Reminder to try to get as close as possible and reuse the now rechargeable Zeus. But unfortunately couldn't get a chance to get that second zap off. And there you have it, moving into the 14th. Clutch Gaming shouldn't have too much to worry about, but it looks like GR Gaming are going to have at least one individual. QQ God backing himself. You do you, King. Let's see if it pays off. It hasn't, but maybe it gets recycled. Looks like WeQT might have grabbed that, unless he had his own. No, he's certainly bought his own as well.
Oh, my reminder. Oh, he's been dug out.
Think he's just for fun gaming.
Yeah, Clutch sort of cottoning on to what's up here. And not having too many troubles on T side, are they? That's 10-4. Kind of needed something to get us back on schedule, to be honest. It was a bit of a longer delay at the start, but the way Clutch are going, this one is going to be a quick one as well.
Yeah, we'll take it. But it isn't over until MacMate has sang, and I'm not singing just yet, alright? 3 more rounds needed. Clutch Gaming, let's see if they can keep it clean. And at least we're seeing some much earlier utility from them. Instant window. Deep top mid smoke. And a full kitty util thrown this direction. But Salo Mux just had his gun in his hand. Dodged the flashes and put a bit of lead in his head. Reminder is Shotgun Gaming. Good position to do so, but only finds one. And the croc ain't crocking too much longer. But there's that mop up. And GR come through with a W on their first gun round here.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it. That round kind of just disappeared. I don't know that that's going to be too big of a concern for Clutch. They'll reinvest straight away, and they've got plenty to play with, so they'll still be able to run it back. Util might be a little bit lacking in this one, though. Flames got 7.5k, so he'll go for Molly Smoke, I guess. And yeah, I mean, there's not a lot, but a couple of smokes and a Molly, it'll get you somewhere. Maybe mid. Molly's going to go into con flash there as well. No smokes getting invested just yet from Clutch. They just want to fight for it, and I suppose when you hit shots like that, why not? It's an all-out brawl. It seems to be working out for GR Gaming. Clutch just biting off 1 or 2 more fights than they could chew, and the flash coverage is good. GR coming back into it.
Ain't that the tooth, mate? Ain't that the tooth? Still slowly but surely climbing up that hill. And Clutch Gaming don't have too much money to bring anything into this round. A couple of Deagles going to get invested in, but we'll see if they can find any angles. Catch a cheeky timing or a stray headshot hit. And Clutch Gaming are just going to be yeeting it at mid. The nade shuts down one of the Deagles straight away. And there we go. Some damage. Africa gets his mitts on it. 2 bullets out, none on the noggin. And it's looking like easy picking for GR Gaming this time. There's the timing from IZR here. Looking spectacular as he hears the footsteps waltzing away down short.
Well, economic damage would be relevant at this point in time, so if you could get one, that'd be nice. Ambitious, though, of course. I wonder if there's still a world here where GR can bring this one back. Doesn't really feel like they're out of it. It's felt a bit streaky, this game.
These boys aren't quite doing the new meta top mid smoke yet. They're still stuck with the old one. Get with the times, boys. You're lacking. You're not pracking. That's a problem.
I find it amusing that IZR really just WP into the B-bomb site, but it's going to be cut off now by one of the CTs. Or maybe not. This will be an unfortunate case of timing.
Why
are you pulling the bomb?
What am I watching, bro? Oh.
Yeah, that was something. But he's got the kill anyway. What is that?
I stopped watching after the bomb. I literally covered my eyes. What happened?
Salo just jumped out of window and like basically air strafed his way into underpass and died.
Right. Well, they know where the final CT is, and their fundamentals, their instincts are telling them, run away, but not really. They're going the long way through T-spawn, back to A, and they've picked the path of least resistance, mediocrity, hoping he could catch a timing towards B, but might end up going all the way around the world here. Who knows? Maybe he'll just double back through unders. 20 seconds, plenty of space, plenty of time to plant. And with that one going down, mediocrity knows, damn, I'm in the wrong spot. I got to get a move on. And he's saving.
Well, money's definitely a factor for GR at the moment. If they want to make a comeback happen on the CT side, they've got to keep that healthy. Percentage-wise, this will be a pretty difficult one to convert in the 1-on-2, so might be worth just keeping that extra cash in the back pocket, play the long game, but you can only do that for so long. It's going to give Clutch their 11th round.
Has it been Easter this year yet?
No.
Is that April? Is it February?
No, it's not February. It will be at the end of March. 29th,
right.
29th of March is Good Friday.
Okay. I swear it was February. My brain. No. Jordan, I think I'm losing it.
Oh, me too. I think I'm losing it too. The will to be awake.
My brain just got locked onto chocolate for some reason. It's just that time of night. Well, Clutch Gaming not going to flash mid, and they are going to pay the price for it. Not the second time. Imagine going to be able to peek the AWPer. We UT2 enabled to do too much there. Imagine he's sharp at mid, and then there's just kills everywhere. I don't even know what the rest were. Catch to over with the A site. Reminder, going to get caught on Cat.
It's just non-stop
nice
fights.
Angle. It is, and we're only 30 seconds in, Jordan. This is like, you know when MC molds about people that can't stay alive for the first like 20 seconds of a round in a pug?
Yeah.
I'm getting those vibes. I like this read from Salo though. Look at this timing. I don't think he was seen. And he's going to beat the timing of the molly, but he's clouding. I like that, I guess.
He knew.
He tapped it and just went and wide swung backside anyway. And it's working out. This is horrific Counter-Strike, Jordan.
I didn't promise anything else. 12-7 is the score, though. And GR Gaming have to go down to a pretty suboptimal buy to try to save this map. A couple M4s is about as good as it's going to get. Scout doesn't connect initially, and the smoke into the window is going to force GR back.
Clouden going for the stairs smoke. Smells with the jungle. Plenty of util out there as well. Nice boost, allowing that pick onto Hastica, who is trying to slip his way to the con. And the subpar weaponry is not going to be able to save the day just yet for GR Gaming. Azia and Flame both quite low. And there's minimal util left for Clutch, so that might be the start of the downfall for Clutch here. GR Gaming, let's see what they're going to be able to do for the retake. They've got guns. They've got passion. But do they have aim?
Well, there's only 3 of them left. And those are being whittled away. It's just QQ God and WQT right now. And it seems like it's a little bit too far gone. Too far indeed. 13-7 as Clutch will secure the first map. And GR Gaming will be walking away empty-handed after that one. A little disappointed. Solid stuff from Clutch, and I guess that further continues to reinforce the fact that the Mongolian region is pretty damn solid at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely something. Definitely something. That's just an interesting affair there. A little bit of crazy Counter-Strike. That's all I got. That was just a puggy Mirage game. There was some occasional decent utility thrown in, some good teamwork every now and then, but there was also just some chaos and some really bad decisions being made. Maybe because it's late over there, maybe because there's just chaos, maybe the little delay at the start of the game might have thrown everyone off and put them on their B game, not their A game. It was hard. It was just hard, very raw, very raw Counter-Strike.
Let's take a look at the player stats from our player to watch, which was mediocrity. And in this case, it was about that, right? It was 14 and 15. It wasn't really good. It wasn't really that bad. It was definitely not awful. But it wasn't enough to really trouble the scorers all that much. And GR Gaming, they kind of needed a little bit more than a 14 and 15. Not just from mediocrity, but no one really stepped up and kind of owned the show. So hopefully that'll be something we get to see in the next map.
Yeah, I'm keen to see what we get from the next map as well. Mirage, of course, it's definitely one of the maps that should favor a lot of the basics. And Mirage is also one of the maps where it feels like you should know a lot of that basic utility. And it felt like a lot of that was missing. So maybe, some of these teams know a bit more on map number 2 that we're going to be getting for the series. But yeah, I'm moderately unimpressed. I don't know if it's because I'm tired and just feeling a little bit grumpy, or if I just feel insulted that that's the kind of Counter-Strike that we got. But we'll see if it gets followed up on map 2.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, yeah, it's probably time for you to have a break, Mac. Don't go too far away, though, because map 2 is going to be coming up soon, and we'll be jumping into that one in just a sec. All right, here we are. We're on to your favorite map of all time, Mac. It is Ancient. Map 2 between GR and Clutch Gaming. A little bit of surprise at the result of that first map, but get to see whether or not GR can swindle anything here for map 2, which will be the final one of the night.
Yes, sir. Let's see where we end up. Flame 272 dominating mid with no defense in front of him. GR Gaming doubling up in Donut to try and play retake A. And reminder, going to be here in the corner. We'll be able to get one. And then, unfortunately, WeQT2 is not going to be able to get anything done there with the Julies. Couldn't trade out his teammate. Couldn't hold any control of the site. And now it's going to be GR Gaming trying to win a 2v3 retake.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one for sure. Those dualies going to have to come to town. And Cello's looking for the opportunities. I mean, you've got the defuse in the smoke option with the kit and the smoke grenade, but it's going to require a couple of kills to begin with, and Hastica with that P250 makes it look a bit too easy. That is another pistol round for Clutch Gaming.
Interesting start. Quick pistol's a good pistol, as they say. And into the second round again. Tonight, all we have seen is teams going for forces, but it looks like GR Gaming are just having a quick chat about what they want to do here. It looked like there was some instant forces coming through. But everything's slowing down now, at least for a moment. Looks like the ping has steadied. And it looks like that force will be coming through from GR. So what are they going to do with it?
Well, there's going to be a pretty quick smoke for mid, which will, I thought, keep Clutch at bay, but old mate Hastica just decided to go W key straight through it, doesn't care, and it's probably not a bad shout, given that there's absolutely nothing going on in mid as far as the CTs are concerned. More of a bomb site-centric setup from GR Gaming, the 3-2 split. Hastica shift walking around out of Donut's not going to work out for him. So you'd think this will probably end up just being a B split from Clutch. And that will be the go signal, getting that kill onto Mediocrity. A couple more members on B to find. Cutout will be checked. And that is going to be crisis averted for Clutch.
GR Gaming instantly pulling that save call. QQ God, of course, wanting to keep that AK alive into the next to try to find some kind of impact, as that impact will not be coming in this round. Damage onto one.
I mean, take the AK through. That'll be a win. If not, try to take a couple of guns with you. That's also a win.
It's a big win, honestly.
Gladden might as well have a crack with the MAC-10, but I don't see it happening.
Gladden could also maybe go for an AK there. Decides not to. Just plays his life. I'd say that's a pretty decent win with that save from QQ God.
Yeah. Well, straight out into mid for both teams, it seems, this time. And GR Gaming, causing problems for Clutch, that's for sure. Has been sort of swindled back a little bit, but it is still looking a little bit awkward here for the T-side. Cloud and low on HP. And WeQT does, of course, have that AK in hand. Molotov's gone all wrong. Supposed to be for Temple. Now it's on the site denying the bomb plant. I mean, this is just so messy. Eventually that plant's going to go down, but you've still got to convert a 2-on-3. At the very least, they've gotten rid of the Temple player.
coming through just in the nick of time there. And, oh, okay. Styling on him. Jump over the top of Big Box. Nice little headshot. And a third round picked up for Clutch Gaming. Not something you see every day.
Yes. First gun round, though. But so far, this entire matchup has really felt pretty straightforward for Clutch. Gonna go again quickly into mid, and oh, it hasn't quite worked out. QQ God for the trades, and they just don't stop pushing, do they? They want to keep trying to fight him. They want to keep trying to trade him down, and it's too little too late. Still surviving in the donut. Kind of reminds me of the first gun round of the T side that we saw from Clutch on Mirage, where they just tried to go so quickly into B. Same kind of mentality, very quick into mid. We're just going to brawl our way in there. Obviously didn't work out. Maybe now we get to see a little bit more something like a default.
Yeah, we'll see what they opt for here, moving into the fifth. Decent money if they want to go for like a mixed bag of a force, couple of Galils in there, some utility. And that seems to be the case. Looks like we are going to see Flame and Imagine with the mid spawns, but they're not going that way. They're going towards B. And some players at mid looking to go out late after the initial util. Molly at the cutout, and GR Gaming might play for lane here. Salo making his way up towards that shelf area. And it's an awkward one. Flame going to be able to get one before falling. Mediocrity swift on the trade. And you can see as well, Reminder right on pushed up all the way at ramp there. In the meanwhile, pressure towards the other extremity. You've got the bomb still towards B on its own as the other players on Clutch manage to take A. It's awkward, and Clutch now need to figure out how the hell to navigate this round. Bomb starting to make its way through T-spawn, and Ivan in the meanwhile, QQ God clearing out Donut. So the rotation from Clutch just didn't happen in time.
No. Still hasn't, but maybe Imagine can conjure something if he can win this duel into CT spawn. That'll be the start, and now it's about getting the bomb plant down. Folks there to keep the bullets astray, but Molotov as well not able to deny the bomb plant. Clutch Gaming in with a slight chance. It's very slight. It's slim, but it started well. Good damage on a Mediocrity as well. There's a flash out now as well, which will give IZR a bit of room to play. They're going to try and set themselves up with a crossfire around the boxes, and I like this from IZR. He's so low. He has to get active, has to get mobile. He's found 1 and 2, and that's a 2-on-4. And Clutch Gaming have IZR to thank.
Interesting turn of events, but again, Clutch Gaming do it in the 2v4, which is a huge turnaround for the round. GR Gaming know what they're doing for the initial phases. They've got some solid utility to hold that mid control, take that lane control, but unfortunately it just all crumbled on the retake. We still have money for a skew if buy here. Late mid util. Hatzka's already in front of it, and good timing on the flashes allows him to get a two-man spray down. That was a little bit silly from GR. I just complimented how good their mid control was, but that has me eating my words.
Yeah, Clutch are barreling through GR Gaming now. I mean, this definitely should have been a different story, but I don't know. It's kind of headed in the same direction as Mirage, and maybe even it's picking up a bit of pace.
Did they get the tick?
Ooh, I think so.
They're aware enough. But Clutch already repositioning to stronger places. It looks like they definitely haven't heard that tick, because they're still clearing out T-spawn and such. What? If QQ God wins this one fight, he doesn't have a kit, so it will be hard to go for the 10-second. And he hasn't been gifted anything, so he's just going to try and save from close up. which he will be able to do with almost full HP here. Interesting end to the round, but that is going to be 5 secured for Clutch.
Yeah, I mean, the save is nice, but it doesn't really do a whole lot for GR because no one else can really buy behind this. Got a 3.4k loss bonus, so you don't want to over-invest into this round. You can afford to get a little bit of, pistol armor here and there. But it's certainly not a fantastic buy for GR by any stretch of the imagination. And Hastika, once again, straight out into mid. This guy does not care. A lot of footsteps in B lane. Flame's actually going to be in a spot of bother right here, especially if he misses his first couple of shots. Now, information was there that Clutch can run their way into A, but they are losing members all over the place, and with a numbers disadvantage, Hasek has been very patient. I guess he has to be in the circumstances. He kind of has to look for more than one. Unfortunate reality is he's not going to get it. And now his position's going to be known. Jumping into CT spawn. The defuse is on. I don't know how Clutch have lost this round. But they have.
If he got that pick, he could have swung and killed the diffuser as well. So I understand the theory of where he was going. But unfortunately, just swinging that line with a flash out might have cost him the round. It's just messy. There's just a lot going on in every single one of these rounds. And frankly, Jordan, that's it.
That's it. That's it. There you go.
Yeah, that's all you get.
Yeah, a little bit of a disappointing one for Clutch, but they'll run it back. This time a bit more of a defaulty towards B setup. Lots of util from the CT, keeping them penned in on B lane. This is a bit aggressive from GR Gaming. It's going to work out.
Nice little utility set to enable the lane aggression. VQT2 going to punish Boo Fu Chu 1. And is going to manage to get a little bit more damage there as well. RZR, he's already pulled a clutch or two today, but I don't know about that in a 1v5, especially when he can't shoot a bullet there. Mediocrity. Great crosshair placement to pick up that one. And a third for GR Gaming.
Might be a fourth on offer here as well. Not much in the back pocket for Clutch, but they're going to invest as much as they can. It's 2.4k loss bonus, so next round's going to be a save. Depending on how things play out. As ever, Hastika's the first one into mid, and this has not worked out for Clutch at all. No real significant damage done to the CT economy in this round either. So I guess that is going to be that. Might finally get a little bit of a closer first half.
Certainly feels that way. Still has the potential to be 4-8, but GR Gaming warming up into the game. QQ God has been farming, and I don't know if that's going to change. Salo deals the final blow of the round, and that is going to be for secured. Potential for it to be tied up here in the 10th. But there is plenty of money here for a full buy. Plenty of util for everyone. Kits on almost everyone. WeQT2 is too cool for that, though. And on the Clutch Gaming side of things, they got nada. So we're just going to see a couple of upgraded pistols. And if they win this round, well, that is criminal.
They didn't look very close to winning the last round, though, so I'm not going to get too excited about this one. Again, similar set of util from GR Gaming onto that B lane position, just to keep the T's locked in Flame was sort of pushed up the ramp, and obviously you can see what that's resulted in. Starting to look a little bit one-dimensional from Clutch on this T side. We're not really seeing anything too different from them. You know, they'll try to go fast out mid. They'll try to go fast out B. If that doesn't work, what have they really got? Well, a late lurk onto A, but GR have kind of figured things out a little. And they've equalized the scoreline.
It's real dry. Like, there's times where you see them take mid, and there has been a couple of really great supportive flashes to allow those entries. But where are they? You know, that just stopped. Clutch Gaming going from a pretty solid T side to just going much more uninspired, much more defaulty. Everyone just hoping that they can win their fights to win the round. I liked it earlier. I liked it when the map started and things were going right for them, you know? That being said, GR Gaming have been punishing them for whatever the hell they've been doing here. Hastika this time. Oh, he's going aggressive. He's beaten that smoke bloom, barely able to get the entry. Mediocrity had no idea what was coming for him there, and that's cave control and short control. Hastika putting the team on his back this round.
Someone had to do it. And when it's going well, it looks really good for Clutch, but when it's not going well, it definitely doesn't. Still, this is more of the positives than the negatives.
That's a bit damage.
I mean, what is going on here? It's just so messy.
I don't know. There is not... No, there is time to defuse. There's no cover for the defuse. GR Gaming in 2 mines. Clutch Gaming already won the round.
Everyone's just running around.
Is running not away from the bomb. Just like... kind of perpendicular to the bomb. And dies. Anyway, there's not much money for the final round for Clutch, but... all they need apparently is Hastika to smoke a molly, run through it, get a couple of kills, and that equals a round. Clutch Gaming have their par of 6. If they can get 7, that's nice. But let's keep our eyes on what GR Gaming are going to do to try to get revenge for the last round.
Well, straight out A by the looks of things, and QQ God is more than ready to receive that push. Gets his molly down and stops the push. Mediocrity got Hastika in mid again. And it sort of goes back to what I'm talking about, Mac. There's just not a whole lot really in the playbook on this T side, it's kind of felt like. But somehow, Clutch is still getting some rounds on the board. Not this time.
That's it.
6-6 will be the scoreline. GR Gaming keep it even at the half. Very even first half scoreline, 6 apiece. Doesn't really tell us a lot as to which way this matchup is going to be going. But GR are moving on to their T side, and already it's going to be a pretty quick house smoke. And they're charging their way into the donut to try to find Imagine. Flame on the other side of that one is going to be able to pick himself up a kill, and it's starting to get a little bit more difficult for GR as that bomb plan has eventually gone down, but they're losing members like flies.
They are falling, they are swatting, and who knows which way this one's going to go. IZR has been good in the clutch, but this time running quite low on those bullets, one in the mag, and won't be able to get the frag. Salazera, big Salo, able to lock it in for a 7th, and this is going to be the lead found for GR Gaming. Can they follow through in the second?
Yeah, I mean, is this the first time that they've had the lead in the entire evening? I think it is.
So. It feels like that. It feels like that.
Well, it's a little bit more of a reserved approach from GR Gaming into mid than what we saw from Clutch, who were more than happy to just run their way out. This has been a little bit of a slower approach. Seeing a bit of util usage on the T side as well, which is a good sign for GR. Didn't really get much of that from Clutch. There's a lot of rushes.
Yeah, baby steps, you know. There we go, has to cut. Okay, that was Minor clearing every angle, doing a little 360. And from here, they've got the CT control, they've got the picks on both the mid and the A-site players. Nice sharp shot from Imagine to maybe get them back into the round. And the Galil in hand has been found. A chance here for Clutch Gaming if they can get one more, but he hasn't opted for the Galil. He still have that Deeg in hand, and the Mac 10s are just going to farm through them, get themselves that Galil back, and a 2-round lead. Clutch Gaming, however, are going to be moving quickly into their first gun round. Can they convert for their first CT gun round? That is the big question that everyone is asking.
Well, not much mid-util being tossed this time around for GR. Okay, double nade in. A little bit of chip damage, but that's about it. WQT has been caught off on the B lane, but it is a mess. It is a huge mess in mid that has come out a little more favorable for GR than I thought that it would. Clouden looking to find a timing into Donut, but already Salo has worked his way into Red Room.
GR Gaming should win this round every day of the week. But watch there be a way that Clutch Gaming get this kill. Want to stay? No, don't. All good. I thought that bomb was getting dropped at doors and somehow Clutch Gaming were going to get back in for a moment, but why oh why would I doubt GR Gaming?
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty solid on Ancient so far. I am getting the feeling that Clutch might be a little bit outclassed. And that's not going to be great either. Losing that final gun. So, no weapons through to the next round, and Clutch pretty poor. Nine to 6 the scoreline. It's not out of hand just yet, but this should more than quickly be a 10-6. IZR's gone for the Nova. We're getting to that point of the night.
All right. Well, Nova gameplay is imminent. They see it. They might have. Ooh, they certainly have now. And he hears the T's getting real up close to him. Oh, no. There is no world he is not getting a 3K with the Nova. Opts for a rifle. And that might be where things start to go wrong. Maybe. The Nova was the golden gun in that scenario.
Don't know if the Nova was the reason he didn't get that third kill, but anyway. Imagine stomping around in T-spawn. Bomb still in T-spawn as well for mediocrity right there. Who doesn't actually have a lot of HP.
Oh.
I mean, this is a winnable clutch with the Deagle, to be quite frank. No swing off the flash. It would have been very nicely timed. We'll leave that job to a Reminder, who did have the health to play with. So, well played actually in the end by GR.
Good comms coming through. Whoever that was stuck there in T-spawn, we're just told, do not swing, do not peek. I've got you cross. And then a Reminder as well coming in on the flank. So, made it work eventually. Great utility to delay the aggression from Clutch Gaming. And it feels like Clutch just... Like, I'm looking at what utility they're throwing, and there's not a lot of it. There really isn't a lot of it, Jordan. I feel like they just are not
up to scratch. No, 100%.
That's it.
I can agree. I mean, you can just look at what GR's doing on their entries into sites in comparison to what Clutch was doing, and you have a great idea of where this match is headed. Whoa, how about that, though, from mediocrity to drive-by through the smoke.
That was something.
Blasting Cloud and out of the server. Yeah, I mean, I think the days are numbered for Clutch on this map, to be honest with you, and GR Gaming are going to get their revenge.
Unless there is no kit. This is a big call. He's timed A main, and yet GR are still turning around and expecting someone to somehow be on the A site. I don't know how or why. But that was the decision that was made, and we won't get to see a 10-second ninja today. It's a great awareness coming out from GR Gaming, knowing where their holes are in their, post-plant defense. Again, we are looking like GR Gaming are going to hunt for this late mid pressure. VQT2 going to be cracking an entry there onto, I think it was Flame. Meanwhile, it will boil down to some timing pushes. IZR is going to be walking into a T in the smoke. They both know they're up against one another because neither can move, and it's bloody awkward. There it is. Won't be able to get the kill. But that round was just a whole bundle of fun. 6-12. And GR Gaming are looking very comfortable in this position. You can tell that they kind of know something, and that it's Clutch's Ancient just isn't all that. So what changes? Anything?
Nope.
We have Mediocrity with some bangers ready for mid. In come the support flashes, and Clutch Gaming deciding, you know what, we want a stronger mid control. We're going to send 4 players here, and we're going to overextend. Hastica getting very trigger happy and W button happy.
He was doing
this
it.
Round might be done.
He's doing it on T side. He's doing it on CT side. It seems like it's the go-to for Clutch, but yeah, there ain't much in it, unfortunately, for Clutch, and this map has kind of petered away into nothing. It was a 6-6 half. Now it's a 13-6 map. Unless Imagine and IZR can pull off something pretty special, which they low-key kind of are at the moment. Bomb plant was denied. They brought it back to a 3-on-2. I mean, a 2v5 seems a little bit unreasonable to expect, and that's because it is. It's 13-6 in the end, and GR Gaming will put a stop to things before they get too exciting. and they get their map back. I mean, it was obviously first map goes the way of Clutch, second map goes the way of GR. And to be honest, I actually think that's reasonably indicative of where we were sitting going into this one, because it was a little bit hard to say which way it was going to go.
But of course, I got my prediction correct because that's what I picked, and you didn't, Jordan. So look at that, huh? Technically, we both got our predictions correct for at least one map. So we're both winners, and everyone that sat along and enjoyed the Counter-Strike 2 fun with us this evening are also winners. And we're all grinning, aren't we?
Yes, indeed, we are, because... Look, it was fun. I mean, I thought that the back end of Ancient there, at least, you kind of saw what GR Gaming can do as a team, right? We have sort of been seeing this team kind of bubbling away a little bit under the surface for the better part of a couple of years now, and it's nice to see. Like when they're playing well, when they're on a map, it seems like that they're comfortable with which I think Ancient clearly was. They're a solid looking squad, so that was kind of cool. I felt like Clutch kind of got it done a little bit more by brute force on Mirage as well as on Ancient. But I liked what we got from GR Gaming, and we'll take a look at the MVP stats, or not the MVP, the player to watch. We talked about Mediocrity being our player to watch for this series. Didn't really show up necessarily in that first map, but certainly did on the second map, and there you go. So 1.78 KD, 16.9. Pretty happy with that.
Not bad. He did his job, did more than enough, coming out positive in terms of the KD. Is very solid, and then also you could see just the amount of impact he was having in a lot of the rounds that they were winning was insane, especially there on Ancient. So you need to give him a little shout out, keep your eye on that player, especially through the rest of the Asia ESL Challenger League Season 47, because, they could be able to make it to finals. They could continue to turn some heads. But one thing's for sure, both teams in this game today need to start to clean up a couple of their maps in the pool, because you can't be going down to like this double best of one situation and not being able to play one of the last maps that's in the veto. You need to have at least like 4 maps that you can play relatively solid, and they should be the maps that end up in the final pool.
Yeah, I mean, especially Ancient. Like, I feel like Ancient is so prevalent now, particularly within Asia in these BO1 formats. Like, we see Ancient, Anubis, Mirage all the time. That's like the big three. It used to be Dust 2, Cache, Inferno, or Dust 2, Mirage, Inferno, whatever. Dust 2, Cache, Mirage, I think is probably what it was like back in the day, back in like 2015, 2016. Regardless, you used to have like these 3 maps which like always popped up, and it was like, oh, those are the puggy maps. Well, now it feels like that's Anubis, Mirage, and Ancient, and especially in ESL Challenger League Asia, those maps just tend to pop up a lot, because we know a lot of the teams like to play Anubis. You're talking about Limvision, you're talking about all the Eastern Russian teams, they tend to like a bit of Anubis, so you got to be decent on that one. And then Ancient, it feels like it's kind of everybody's map. Like nobody, like who hates Ancient really, apart from you, Mac? Like that doesn't really seem like anyone does. So yeah, I mean, you got to have it in the pool, and I guess they don't. And that's something they've got to figure out. But hey, I'll tell you what, that's the end of the night. So thank you very much for watching along. And Mac, thank you for being here as well. It's great to cast with you. We're looking forward to catching you guys next time, whenever the next ESL Challenger League broadcast is. And until then, have a good night.